was picking us up at 3:30 in the morning to fly back to meet lunch with Tyler, Courtney, and Emma today, and then head off to Poland and then the Ukraine with Chris Krohn and Rob Gill. Has been a surreal last 3 or 4 days, and it is to be in the space with. I think this is the biggest takeaway I had from Tony's house, with so many utterly extraordinarily successful people, and the Lion Group. I was really present to this over the 3 days. The success level of the Lion Group is so much dramatically higher than where it was in that first year that I was there. There's a night and day exponential differential to what people have created and where they are. And there's certain uniformities, though, that still exist. When I say success level, there's a ton of people there now. Let me define ton. My speculation would be that close to half the Lions have a 9-figure net worth now, over $100 million or more. And that's not at all what it was just a few years ago. And what I would also say is that the human qualities of everyone there is no different than the qualities of the people here in terms of base intellect, physical appearance, what people were born into in terms of their identity, monetary capital, relationship capital, teammates they had. And this is just a group of people that have all taken their process, self, and influence mastery, and in different sectors and regions and places and things, very diverse, from Randy Dobson, who I spent a bunch of time with, who's on the cover of Forbes Asia, that built health clubs. So I think of Catherine Ford in Fit District. Randy built health clubs in Asia and Vietnam, and was on the cover of Forbes Asia, exiting for hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, to Charlie Hamilton. And by that, Randy and Charlie were both born on farms in the Midwest. Charlie is not, a dynamic speaker, not a dynamic personality, just a very normal man that just built an unbelievably successly corporate enterprise, and in real estate and other ways. And he's just insanely uniquely successful. And if you met him in a restaurant or a place, you'd have no idea. And you just go right down the list of people, to Pat Melson. Pat grew up in tough environment, tough neighborhood, tough place, and he's in windows in home construction. Like, not building homes, it's just like home optimization. What? Yeah, blinds, basically, and windows for houses. And Pat is just preposterously financially successful and right on down the line. And if you met these folks on a street corner, you would have the Maureen Miles, just the nicest person, nice woman, very simple, funny, again, grew up with nothing. And if you met Maureen, you'd be like, oh my God, she's so fun and so nice, and Maureen just bought, a new 30-acre home, like 30 acres, and just, generational wealth created. And I sat next to somebody whose company, I don't know if he wants to get it real publicly, a very simple guy, very humble, is asking a whole bunch of questions about the formula and wanting help with the culture of his company. And, and he just told me that he creates car washes. And the valuation of his company, he started 4.5 years ago. The valuation of the company is $150 million. You got it, Seth? So as we looked at each and all of this, I just thought that I was fully present to, fully aware of the fact of how able we all are to create whatever we want to create in the world. And I'm not measuring life success by a 9-figure net worth at all. I am just talking about the ability to create money and time and magic, because each of these people I mentioned are unbelievably kind, unbelievably nice, unbelievably contribution oriented, and perfectly imperfect. You know, they're people who've been divorced and have complexity in their relationships with themselves, you know, significant others, their children, you know, all of it. And they're just like everybody here. And what they all also held in common is they all have questions and had questions. Do they belong in Lions? Are they good enough? Every one of them still has questions, you know, about who likes them, who doesn't like them, you know, whether or not they have fears, you know. Pat didn't go on we did a zero gravity thing where we're taking off in airplanes and doing parabolas, and Pat, you know, didn't want to get sick, so he didn't go. And, you know, people, I'm not saying Pat did, but other people who didn't go were fearing judgment of others and what was happening. And, you know, it was so reminiscent of our time in Grand Canyon, you know, and all the things that come up for people and who didn't do certain experiences, and, you know, how, where, you know, what does that mean for people, and all of it.